Sunrise spills on the ocean blue. Coffee steams in the morning dew. White Hawk sways with a salty breeze. Two hearts drifting where they please. We're sailing free on the ocean wide, with barefoot days and time on our side. Living free with the sun as our guide. White Hawk sails where our hearts reside.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Sailing White Hawk. Last episode we made our way down the coast to Gari, where we enjoyed beautiful anchorages and great scenery. This episode we cross the Wide Bay Bar again and make our way down to Mooloolaba for an overnight stop. We press on down to the Gold Coast, where we haul out at Gold Coast City Marina for some major projects on Whitey. We were there for about 3 weeks before setting sail down to Yamba and beyond, which will be in our next video. We would like to say thanks to the folks that came up and introduced themselves, recognising Whitey from the videos. It is a bit of a novelty for us, but we are happy to say hi and glad you're enjoying the journey with us. Thanks again to our new and existing subscribers. We hope you enjoy the episode, and thanks for watching. Just one of those incredibly glassy days. So over there to our right is Bribie Island, but it's a glass off. Can't tell where the horizon is really. Beautiful day, a bit cloudy, but yeah, it's just lovely. Hi guys! So we've arrived at Bribie Island. We're just in Palmerston Passage. Been here before. Catching up with some friends for dinner at their house, which will be very nice. And looks like a nice little sheltered spot for the night, and then we'll head down to Bribie, or close to, tomorrow. That very pretty little Bribie got hit quite badly by Cyclone Alfred. I can't remember the name. One that came ex-tropical Cyclone Alfred, which came through beginning of this year. Especially the beaches on the other side got pummeled, and there used to be a lot of moorings here, but I don't see as many as normal. But anyway, here we are, and enjoy our night. And just at Newport near Brisbane, and nice little jibe there, and they run model yacht racing on a Sunday. My brother Peter is a avid model yacht racer and very good at it, might I add. Whee, round he goes. Oh, nice tight one coming around the corner, Mr. Orange. The lovely South Passage behind us. Is it a training vessel, Fred?
No, I think it's just a charter.
It's a charter, okay. Beautiful. Looks great with all the sails up. Got such a sensational day today. And heading down to Peel, which we should see pretty soon. Maybe not yet. Ways to go yet. We got about another hour and a half, maybe?
Yeah, about 7 miles, and we're doing 5.5.
About another hour and a half, yeah, till we hit our destination. A lot of boats out today, which looks nice. So yeah, just still a beautiful day. Nothing's changed. Hi everyone, we pulled up at Peel Island last night. Can't remember if we captured that or not, but this is Lazarette Gutter. We've anchored here before. It's been blowing like a you-know-what all day and has not stopped. It does die down this evening, so they say. But the reef, there's a few boats here. There's about 3 other boats here. And the reef is just behind us there. So we're leaving Lazarette Gutter this morning, and this is the mud that's coming up from the bottom. What? It's completely covered. Yeah, so be warned. If you come to Lazarette Gutter, that's what you're going to get when you pull your chain. So to our left we have Sovereign Island with all the palatial homes. Clive Palmer owns a few blocks of land, I think. So I heard. But yeah, very expensive part of the Gold Coast. And we're now in the Coomera River. So GCCM is fair way up the Coomera River. About 5 nauticals, Trev said. So yeah, we're doing 5. So we'll be there in about 2:30. Yep. So yes, very ritzy part of the world, as you can see. Not for the faint-hearted or the low budget.
Just a bit of an overview of where we are at Gold Coast City Marina. We're only going to be here for another hour or so, and they're going to move us. We were hoping to be out this week, but the work's, as always, taking a bit longer than we thought, and they need the shed behind us, so we're going to move just to the next bay here. But you can see what an amazing facility it is. These are all services along here. They go all the way down there. There's chandleries, there's pretty much anything you'd need in a boatyard. So boat's a hell of a mess at the moment, but until we finish all the work, we're not going to worry too much about cleaning it up. We'll just make do with the mess. We're also having the bearings replaced, the top bearings replaced and the bottom bearings cleaned up on the rudders. They were just getting a little bit of play in them. Last time we lifted, they recommended we do it on the next lift, so we got them to drop the rudders while the boat was still in the sling. They're going to machine the new bearings up, and then they will put the rudders back on when the boat's in the sling ready to go back into the water. So that's another job that probably doesn't have to be done that often, but happy to get it done. It was funny, a guy off another boat came up to me this morning and said, I was just wondering, how do you steer your boat without rudders? And I thought he was joking, but he didn't see that we had dropped the rudders out, and he thought that it was some trick to steering using the 2 engines and no rudders.
So one of the many projects we're having done in the boatyard is taking the boot stripe off on the inside and the outside, because it's very chipped and revolting, peeling off, looking shit. It's hard work. 38 feet times 4. Trev's using a wallpaper steamer. We've tried a heat gun, which worked fairly effectively, but on this the steam is better. Way better. And this side the outsides are really baked on, so it's been pretty hard to get off, hasn't it, True?
Yeah, that's about an hour's work.
Yeah, do that again.
That from there to there is about an hour's work.
Yeah.
Just not easy on this side.
No, because this
I did the whole side, the other side yesterday in about half a day.
Yeah, it's just baked on, so much more difficult. So the stuff we've been using is 3M General Purpose Adhesive Cleaner, which is not actually too bad.
Just for the glue?
Just for the glue.
Not for the stripe? Not
for the stripe, yeah. So you spray it on, let it penetrate, then spray it on again as you're removing, and it does do a fairly good job. You need a really good scraper, something that's stiff, really stiff, and it's got a fine edge. And it's painstaking, so be prepared if you're removing your boot stripe.
Well, especially if it's 17 years old.
Yeah, has never been done, so yeah, we've got a job ahead of us. But this is the last side to get the stripe off, and the rest of it's just glue. So the glue came off pretty well with the heat gun, came off less well with the steamer, but we'll just have to work through that. It's not an easy task at all. You might have guessed that the other job we're doing is the antifouling. It's well and truly overdue. Guys are coming again Thursday to scrape all those little barnacle remnants off. Then they'll wet sand it, and then we're going to put on. So this is Rama, everybody. Yay. Jumbo Rama.
Jumbo.
So we're just having the Antifoul redone, and Rama's from Pronto, who do a fantastic job. So that's the primer, I don't know what you call that, tan, and then the dark blue coat. So it's 2 coats, Rama? Two coats. Yeah.
So this one, first coat?
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. She's looking so much nicer.
Oh, good.
So one of the other major jobs we've had is cleaning the dinghy, which was absolute disgrace. But it's had a good service now. Just have to put all that shit back in. Yeah, lots to do.
A bit noisy, but hopefully you can hear me. One of the other jobs we did, well, there were a couple of jobs. Firstly, our chart plotter was intermittently cutting out, so maybe once, twice, up to 3 times a day it would just reboot itself, which normally is not a problem, but if it happened to do that while you were halfway across a nasty bar or something, it could be problematic. So we got the Ray Marine guys, and we discovered that it was a corrupt route. One of the routes that I'd saved was causing an issue, so we deleted all the routes, backed them up, and then deleted them, and it's working fine now. And the other thing is the remote card reader. So this little thing here means that I don't have to open the whole cabinet up to change the chip in my Navionics. So if I want to save routes or load something up, I don't have to. I can now open this dash. I created this new dash for that reason, so I can get in behind it. But in terms of putting a new chip in, so when we go from Queensland to New South Wales, we'll have to change from Northeast Australia to Southeast Australia, and now it's a question of just popping the chip out and putting the new one in. So that's actually saves a big pain in the backside when we've had to change chips in the past. So yeah, that was another couple of little jobs completed, and I'm ticking them off. Tick. But another project I'm wanting to get onto for a while is our toilet system, our main toilet. It's a beautiful toilet. It's a Sani Marine, and we plumbed it into fresh water. But the issue we've always had is a little bit of odour coming out of the holding tank, and I wanted to put a filter in line on the overflow, because I thought that might make a difference. I've done that, but what I needed to do before I did that was to make sure that we can't overflow, because there's never been any sort of gauge or measure on how much is in the holding tank other than kind of tapping it or trying to look at it. So I bought just a simple on-off sensor and stuck that in. It runs down there and then into this little cupboard here, and it's connected to the Sunny Marine control unit there. So what happens now is when the level gets to around here, this breaks a circuit and the little light on the toilet there goes from saying that it's empty to full, and if you try and flush it again, it actually gives an audible alarm. So that tells us then we need to empty the tank. And so we now have a sensor and we have an inline odor absorbing filter. So hopefully that takes care of some of the toilet smell we've been getting. Another job that we're doing on this lift out is removing the escape hatches, and we're going to glass them in. We've had no problems with them, but we have heard stories of people who have had those hatches pop out. One Lagoon 380 popped their hatches coming over the wide bay bar and almost sunk the boat. So we're not doing that one ourselves because it's a little bit outside our scope. So we've got the guys at AME coming in, and these are the hatches. I've got them out. They've just put some core flute in so we don't get mosquitoes and sandflies into the boat, and then we're going to glass them in, and we're also going to try and follow this contour here. If you have a look there, we're going to try and get them to match that contour so we have a smooth inside of the boat rather than having an indentation where the windows are. So we're going to try that. It's probably going to cost us a fair bit more than just doing a straight flush fit, but we just think it'll make the boat much nicer, and it might even help a little bit with moving through the water because it'll be a smooth surface. So there's probably about a week's worth of work there, and the first part was just to get the old windows out, so that's underway. Just a bit of an update on the outside. As you can see, the anti-fouling is all done. It was done by Pronto Marine, and I'll tell you what, it's quite often difficult getting tradies and people to help in the marine industry because they're all so busy, but Nico and the team at Pronto were amazing. They turned up when they said they would be here. They did a great job and did it to the price that they quoted, so could not recommend them more highly. And the guys from Rapid have done the boot stripe there. Just changes the whole appearance of the boat, having a nice new boot stripe. We still need to give Whitey a bit of a clean, but she's really starting to come back to looking like her old self. So very happy with that. The anodes have been changed on the sail drives, the seals have been changed on the sail drives, and we just put a clear coat on because that prop speed is 2 years old, but it's still in really good condition, so we're very happy with the prop speed. That'll get us to our next lift out, no worries. The rudders will be going on. We're moving in about an hour just to the next bay, so while we do that, they're going to lift us and hold us for an hour while the guys put the rudders back on, so they're ready to go. And that's the hatch as it sits now. It's all sealed, beautiful, and what he'll do is come back and build the profile out to match that bulge there, so the whole thing will be flush all the way along. You won't see where the hatch was. Yeah, so looking good. Sorry if there's a bit of background noise. We've got people behind us working, but that's where the escape hatches used to be. That's the starboard, and that's the port side. So the fiberglass has finished,
We didn't get the finish quite as good as he would have liked, just because time and costs got away from us, but we can always give it a final touch up at any stage if we want to, but it looks pretty good to me. We've got the Antifoul guy coming in shortly. He'll just do the last of that anti-fouling, and then there's a boot stripe to go on top of that, and I'll take another picture when all that's done, but it's looking really nice.
So one of the other major projects we've had done at the Gold Coast City Marina is installing a new washing machine. And so if you can open that up, Trevie, we had a nice cupboard installed, and then we've got a 4 kilo Camec in there, which is proved invaluable, and we'd like to say thanks to Sue and Mario for the very generous donation for the washing machine. It's totally unnecessary, unexpected, but we're really grateful. Thank you guys. And we've got some storage just on the side there to put lots of things in, but yeah, just a great addition to the boat and living life on board. Well, hello everyone. We finally left Gold Coast City Marina. It was a very long stint there. We'd hoped to get out sooner, but we did bank on 3 weeks, and it was. But we're just heading back up the Coomera River, and we're going to head over to South Stradie tonight to go to Tipplers, which is a little anchorage, and we're just going to wait for a window to head to Yamba. Hi Trevi.
Hey Bubbles.
So we're having a beautiful day today. Had some storms come through the other day, which just managed to miss us, which was amazing. But we're just making our way through, and probably be there in an hour or so. So that ended our time at Gold Coast City Marina. We took a lot on and got a lot done. But most people with boats will know there is always more to do, planned or not. Ongoing maintenance is essential, and projects that make your life on board more comfortable are always welcome. Whilst at GCCM, we had time to catch up with sailing friends, Danny and Tracy from Coral Adventure, and Ches and Gav from Astrid the Wombat. We have known these guys from our first year on the boat, and it is always lovely to say hi when we get the chance. Next episode, we head down to Yamba and head into new territory as we reach Coffs Harbour and then the very beautiful Port Macquarie. We have 2 of our unkindest passengers on those legs and feel the effects of some tough travelling. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.